Welcome to In Search of Anthony Burgess, which today is YouTubed to you from Adderbury in central England. Not indeed very far from Shakespeare's birthplace. Burgess was in his 30s when he lived here. Lived here in the years 1950 to 1954. This is the Bell Inn. Lynn is supposed to have disgraced herself at this pub, and the couple were debarred. Whether this is true, you'll never know. But this is a very pleasant village, and I think most people agree that this was one of the happiest times of Burgess's life. Often the times of striving are happier than the times where one has attained a plateau of achievement. And I think Burgess was happy. He had a very good job, at a very good school, Banbury Grammar School. He had students that wanted to learn. We now approach number 4, Water Lane. It's the one with the green door. And this is the cottage where Burgess and Lynn lived between 1950 and 1954. I cannot overstress the importance of the muse Lynn to Burgess's creative energies, indeed to his whole success as a novelist, as a critic. But we often talk of her as a muse. She also provided a lot of the finance that enabled Burgess to set himself up as a writer. Writing earns nothing. When you start, of course, you can't survive writing alone. And this cottage, for example, number 4, Water Lane, it was Lynn's father provided a loan that enabled them to get this cottage. In conjunction with a mortgage, I understand. As you can see, the distance from the cottage to the pub is a short and convenient one. And one other thing I have to point out about this cottage, it was haunted. In Little Wilson and Big God, Burgess writes, "The cottage we lived in had previously been owned, piped, electrified and redecorated by a man whose wife was schizophrenic and needed country quiet. On her second day in the house, she had taken a knife to herself and bled to death. We feared her violent ghost, but she had left only her kindlier residue. Sometimes, when we opened the door that led to the stairwell, a scent of violets would gush down. The cupboard we used for crockery, empty when we began to charge it, bestowed a shilling of 1745 2 years later. And the year after that, a telescopic toasting fork of the same century. So a benign ghost still haunts number 4 Water Lane.